We have to make sure we have all of our stuff over there, our collateral, our 400 signs and silent auction, live auction, you name it, all the fun stuff, baskets, all of our marketing tools, Wi-Fi up. We have to make sure we have we're live on our YouTube. Stuff over there, our collateral, our 400 signs. Okay, we are live on YouTube. Second LFG call in a row. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the LFG call. I am going to be doing double duty today, monitoring everything. I'm Felicia Saraceno, one of your Productive Aging Collective co-founders and coaches. As many of you know, welcome to the Thursday, April 24th call. I have extensive background in senior living, so I'm here to share that with you and give you insider information. So as always, I would like to start the call out with, tell me something good. Anyone have something happen that was amazing in the past 2 days since we have been on an LFG call? Don't be shy. Any ahas? Did you all attend the 22nd call with Corey on building your family of communities? Yeah? No?
Good morning. I was on a call, but I had some exciting news as from yesterday, if that's the subject today for right
Heck
now.
yeah, heck yeah. Tell me something good.
So I got a phone call from a past she wasn't a client. Actually, she was technically supposed to be a client, but a referral that she came from moved from Kansas to Columbus back home with her family. And she had two properties to sell. Well, she called me yesterday and she's still having issues with, trying to get these properties sold. But her home here in Columbus, she is wanting to modify or do some light renovations to age in place. So she may potentially be my first client that I'll have doing under my CAP certification. And then also yesterday, I had a buyer's presentation with two seniors, and they signed with me yesterday. And we're going to do a Zoom with Paul because they may want to work with Paul. So I had a good day yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. That's
Yeah, I'm
wonderful.
looking forward.
See
Yep,
all the hard work that you're putting in, and you're putting in the time and getting your caps and making sure that you understand this market. It's all paying off.
it really
That's
is.
fabulous.
Yep, thank you.
It's a great, great feeling. I'm so proud of you. And as we are moving through this whole process right now for training and making sure that you all are getting into production, because this is the goal. And each day, I'm going to tell you, I've been writing all of these notes down from the conference that I went to, right? Because I had so many, I have this huge book of like all of these amazing people and, what they've been inspired by. And this is just real estate in general, because right now, real estate in general, everywhere across the US, everyone's got a little bit of a different market. Don't we all agree right now? Some people, they're getting multiple offers. Some people are highest and best by Monday. Some people, things are sitting, and different pockets of the country have different things going on. California's got all the issues with the fires and insurance. Florida, where we are, there's a lot of different things happening. I'm the #1 worst market in the nation right now, Southwest Florida. Super happy about it. It is challenging, and it's definitely we're all in different spots, but we can all agree that we're serving seniors with heart and dedication. And so a couple of things that resonated with me. I'm just going to switch screens because I've been writing notes on a document so I could make sure that I have all my notes, that my scribble from my conference down for things for us to do and for myself, right? Because the one thing that we all have to know is if you don't invest in yourself and you aren't believing in your product that you're selling, Can we all agree, write it in the comments or, shout it out? Can we all agree if you don't invest in yourself and agree in the products that you are selling, that you're going to be successful? Yeah, I see some heads nodding. So just write it in the chat if you agree on that. Because when you believe in your product, and your product is serving seniors in real estate, real estate has many different niches. You have military, and these are just a few that I'm going to name off: military, luxury, waterfront, golf. You could even have a tennis community that you're focused on, sports and entertainment. You all have heard of those different types of divisions, so to say, within senior living, within real estate, right? And so what we're doing is a movement for working with seniors. So it's really important that if you believe in the mission that you are doing, that you are the leading expert, you're training yourself, you're being the authority, you're coming to this with heart and serving with integrity. You've heard all of the coaches say the same thing. This will really start to help you grow and make sure that you are pushing forward and what you're selling as your product. So you definitely are coming to the right rooms. You're getting your training that you need. These LFG calls should inspire you to go home and do one thing. That's all we're asking for. One thing to make your life easier, simplified. Even the training that we're doing, if you're all just taking it in and not executing one thing on it, we're staying stagnant within our growth. So we are really moving forward with helping you invest in yourself and making sure that you're inspired by us, because we are here working in the trenches with you. Just as I said before, I go on about a listing appointment a week right now, and I'm taking my team member with me so that he's learning what I do and how I do it and how I resonate with people and how they have an attraction to me because of my empathy that I showcase. That comes first, not salesy. That always comes out first for me. I don't even tell them about myself until I hear about them and where they're moving to and what's prompted them for the move, and then what they love about the house. Then I talk about me, because I only care about them. I'm just an afterthought. I'm just there to listen and learn. But I want you all to know that you're all doing the amazing things that you can do. And if you could do one thing this week that you have learned from LFG calls or from pack coaching, I need you all, someone to tell me what that would be. If you could do one thing to help implement and change your business, what do you think that would be? Anyone want
Facebook
to?
ads.
What? I'm sorry?
Facebook ads. That's what Corey, when I was on the
Mhm.
call the day before yesterday, he discussed Facebook ads. And so that's what I'll be doing. I'm getting ready to do before the week is out,
Yep.
on on caps. So that's what I'm doing is Facebook ads.
So when you do your Facebook ads, since I haven't had a chance to watch that yet, I've been a little preoccupied this week with this fundraiser going on. So I have to catch up. And I've been trying to do something different with our LFG calls. If you haven't noticed, I'm putting them up on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. I'm trying to share little snippets on them so that, people are getting more involved. And we showcase some of our coaches. So I'm working on that too, because, I have a lot of time on my hands. However, when it comes time for the Facebook ads, and please forgive me because I didn't have a chance to join, Corey is the master of that. He's really, really, really good at Facebook ads and generating leads through them. Are you doing a lead magnet for it?
I am going to create a lead magnet, and we learned that with Gretchen.
Yes, you did.
So I have an idea for my lead magnet, and it took me a minute. I was so challenged trying to figure out how to make my Facebook page, how to switch it around and with my business page versus my personal page, but it literally took me almost 3 days. But I finally got everything figured out. I'm able to get into my performance stats and look at my statistics and all of that good stuff, and able to easily go to the Facebook ad part to create my ad.
Yeah,
It's just funny and amazing. I'm just not really well versed as I thought I was with social media. And just what I've been learning and with you all is really a deeper dive into looking at social media and this technology.
it is.
It's yeah, you
It's
got to be
amazing.
patient with, yeah, being patient with myself, but I got there. So
Give yourself grace. You're doing it, which is really important, but also don't forget to give yourself grace. That is so important. Now, with learning all of this, and I've been doing social media, oh gosh, it feels like forever. And you learn the algorithm and it changes. And you know what times you want to post and it changes. And so the more content you put out, and I talked about this the other day, and I listened to these people who are authorities on this. And I every morning, y'all know I listen to something. So I've been listening to Gary V a lot lately. And there was a post from the CMO, I believe. I got to look this up because I haven't. Now, when I find it, I'll put it in our senior mastermind. The CMO of Instagram. And he basically said, if you don't like what your feed is showing you, follow these steps and change it. And he taught everyone literally like days ago, because I just watched this and it was posted 17 hours ago. So it was days ago. And he said, if you don't like what's in your feed, here's how you change it in Instagram. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go figure out how to do this. Because my feed, like once you watch something, I watch a lot of things on dogs because I have a small dog. And my whole feed is nothing but golden retrievers right now. And as much as I love golden retrievers, I'd like to see a little bit different variety of what that is. So it's like, okay, I got to stop watching golden retriever stuff. The interesting thing that he said, and I'm going to bring this up, I brought this up the other day, and I'm going to bring it up again. For us to stop inhibiting ourselves with fear of failure and what other people think. If you put a post out there and it flops and you only have 5 people look at it, who cares? If you go live and you have 2 people on there, who cares? He states you should go live every day. And I'm like, oh, I got to remember because, we're busy, right? And so you get into the habit. Now, how many of you go live when you are at an open house? Shout it out. Yep, I see your hands raised. How many of you go live when you have a new listing and you're at photos?
no.
You're doing the photos. Great opportunity to go live. You're following the camera guy around. You're like, oh, we got this new listing coming soon. There are different rules and regulations on how many days in advance you can post a coming soon listing as per state you're in and what MLS you're in. We have very stringent rules here. So you have to take a look at that. However, going back to the lead magnets are huge for you. You're giving them value. Give them something that's free, that's tied to you, that they're going to keep and use. Because I will tell you, I had someone call me 2 years after they met me. They had one of my old cards, my first cards that I ever used before. And he said, I met you at a consignment shop. Do you remember me? And I'm thinking to myself, I remember the consignment shop. I don't remember you. And he's like, my dad passed away and, we were helping me with senior living options, but I need you to sell the home. And he lived overseas in the UK. And he remembered me. And 2 years ago we met. To this day, I don't remember meeting him in the consignment store. I don't. I gotta be honest. I really don't. I struggled for a long time with that because I was like, I know I have to remember them, but I just couldn't remember. But it didn't matter. He had my card. He remembered me. He could have used someone else, but he used me because I work with seniors. Same thing's gonna happen for you. I go through cards like chiclets, it feels like. And I go through rack cards the same way. My rack cards are everywhere. It's fine. I just want everybody to have it. I give my rack cards to the HOA gates, the security guards. Oh, Geraldine said, how did you get past not remembering him? You want to know what I did? I remember this distinctly. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so great to see you again. I don't really recall the day we met, but we're here right now. So how can I help you? You flip the script. Now, this redirecting mechanism that I have in my head is from all the Alzheimer's and dementia training I have received for years. Redirecting, I'm great at. I could pivot and redirect. If someone in memory care was having a really, really bad day, and I knew they like tuna fish sandwiches, I was like, what are you going to have for lunch today? Tuna fish sandwich? And there would be like, they would get it. I need to write a book because I have so many stories about working in this industry. And that just reminded me of the same person that I would redirect with the tuna sandwich when I was doing tours. She would come into the rooms while I was doing tours to just kind of futz around and putz a little bit. One time she started to go to the bathroom in the room that I was touring. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get her out of here as fast as I can. Because it was in the bedroom, not the bathroom. So I have many, many stories. However, when you work in this industry and you go through Alzheimer's 101, Alzheimer's 102, 103, and then you start training people on how to do this too, because you need to also train your vendors, your partners on how to work with seniors as well and give them the same level of customer service and excellence that you give them, you'll start to figure out, what's really important. Yeah, we've had people barricade themselves in their homes, not wanting to move that day. Yeah, definitely. Frankie asked, do I blog? I used to. I should start blogging again. However, this is a huge moment for you all to start thinking about what guide you would like to set up with Facebook ads. And you can rewatch the lead generator, lead magnet generator with Gretchen. And I'll repost that. I'll find it and repost it in our private group. And then Corey's class yesterday. So they would kind of mirror each other. Now, the third thing is what I taught you all on Tuesday. Does anyone remember what I taught?
Are you talking about ChatGPT, Gamma building the
Yes.
your downsizing guide, or you could use it for your blog post?
Yeah, you can. You could use it for whatever you want. Now, within Gamma, I showcased you how to, you want to create your downsizing guide or your age in place guide, whatever you want, or how to get started with senior living transitions. This guy is the limit. You ChatGPT it, you copy and paste it into a Word doc, you kind of make it sound like you, or you go, oh, I don't like the way it wrote this. I do that all the time. I don't like the way this is written. I want to write it my way because it's got to be centric around what you do, what area you live in. Like, obviously, I'm in Southwest Florida. Mike is in South Florida. We're not going to talk about blizzards and snow, right? We're not going to worry about things that aren't climate specific. However, once you have that all buttoned up, you can copy and paste it into Gamma AI. You can create a website that you could attach to your current website on downsizing guide. You could also create a guide that they can print out and use as a checkoff. No different than, how many of you have seller checklists for what their homework is? It's pretty regular in our industry. You want to make sure that they're giving you whatever they need. Is it the HOA docs? Then they have their little homework. I just went over this yesterday with my listing signing. Like, okay, these are all your homework that you have to do and send to me. And do they have floor plans? Do they have title insurance? How old is the title insurance? Can we reuse it? So it's like you want to get all those things down. It's no different than taking that and now creating something that's public for people to download. And then your information should be on every single page on the bottom, like your footer. And it's just a regular footer, like, if you've all seen letterhead. Letterhead, if you were come back from, because I started out as an executive assistant using letterhead, executive letterhead, you have your logo, your information on top, and on the bottom, it was always like phone number, address, email. You want to kind of track your stuff with the same thing. Phone number, email, website. Like start tagging it, making it yours. People will remember you. They'll hold on to it. I have a whole staging guide. The staging guide, I don't have one printed here. I need to start having these things handy. The staging guide helps them down to what color light bulbs they should have in their home and making sure that they're all the same tone. Have you ever gone into a home before and you're in the bathroom with the 3 light vanity light? Yeah. 2 are soft white and the one in the middle is that new LED blue color. And you're like, this isn't going to work for pictures. Bobby's laughing. But it's true. I've seen this so many times and I'm like, oh, all your hi-hats are soft. And then you have one that's like ice blue. And you're like, oh, that's not going to work for pictures. Those things make a huge difference. And with seniors, a lot of times they look for anybody to come and help them because they can't climb up to their 12-foot ceiling and put a light bulb in. And so whoever helps them is like, okay, that's one thing off my honey-do list that I don't have to do. But us as agents, we have to pay attention to all these details for them to make it a lot simpler. All right. So I want to know from everyone, what is the one thing, we're going to take all the spotlight off so we can see everybody together. What is the one thing you're going to do today to get you into production by next week? What's the commitment? Are you all thinking? I love awkward silence. Yes, yes, Bobby.
So I'm going to do more phone calls within my sphere and asking questions. We have a contract that may be accepted this afternoon. I've shown this lady about 13 houses and we've gone back and forth. It's been very interesting, but nonetheless, she's 74 years old. She's a retired nurse and she has not one document. She does not have funeral plans. She doesn't have anything. And I found that it's really easy to talk to people about this.
It is.
And so that's how I'm going to approach my sphere, is just discussing it. But anyways, once she buys this house, lots of things are going to be, we are friends now after spending 5 days looking at houses. So yeah, she's going to do that. Thank you so much. It's been so beneficial.
Yes. And what's the one question, and how did you ask the question about the will and advance directives?
She said something about her son. And I said, so you just have the one child? And she said, yes. And she told me a little bit about him. And I said, so to make things easier for him, in the future, God forbid, but something might happen to you. And I think people really open up when I say, God forbid, if something were to happen to you.
Mhm.
And do you have your will in place and possibly a trust? No. And then she just started talking.
Yes.
Told me her whole
Once,
life story.
once you kind of like find, and what she did was she opened a door and you walked right through it. You didn't let it glaze over. And that's what I'm awesome at. Like, they say they have a dog. I'm like, what kind of dog? How old? Is it big? Is it small? Do you walk the dog? Do you go to the beach with the dog? So it's like you're asking the questions to lead to more questions. And it's your sales funnel, right? You're bringing them down into their sales funnel. And now you're working on how to create more business for your partners, for your board of directors. And so let's just see. I see a couple of people create a lead magnet, incorporate it into social media posts. Absolutely awesome. I will tell you, and I know Paul has talked about this, and Geraldine said, I'm figuring out how to do a series of posts and have them post automatically. You can do it. You could do it using Meta, Buffer, Hootsuite, any of those, HubSpot, any of those things. I just use Meta because it's one less thing I have to pay for every month. And let me just preference this by saying something that's really, really, really important. How many of you have been in business for more than 25 years? Raise your hands. Write it in the chat. How many of you have been in business? 25 years this year. How many of you used to use mail marketing, like print? How many of you had done print marketing, postcards? Okay, I see some hands. How many of you have done email marketing? Mm-hmm. How many of you do social media marketing? Raise your hands. Okay, I see a wavering of one. I'm going to tell you something that resonated with me in the past week and a half. How expensive was print marketing? For those who did it, money. And you have to do it more than once. So we know that you need 6 to 8 months of postcards. And sometimes that could run you anywhere from $200 to $1,000 a month. You're trying to partner with other people who you are in relationship with to spread the cost out. Maybe it's a title, maybe it's mortgage, maybe it's a downsizer, whatever the case may be, but it's very costly. And what you're hoping for is some return on that investment. Wouldn't you all agree? Okay. Email marketing, people's emails are flooded and they start like sending you to spam. Every time I send out an email, such as just listed, I have thousands of people in my database, thousands, because of all the presentations that I've done. But on average, I get like 5 people who unsubscribe from my emails when I send out a just listed. And it's just because they're getting too many emails. How many people know that opening a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a TikTok, and an X page is free? These tools are free, but yet we're afraid to use them. Who cares what anyone thinks about you? I don't care anymore. I used to. I post every day. I post. And people say to me, oh, you're doing so well. I see you're doing so well, because they see me consistently posting. So when you do a lead magnet, don't just post and ghost once. Make sure you have that on a campaign, a social media campaign, for 5 weeks, where you're switching it up. Ask ChatGPT, set up a 5-week campaign on this. You can upload your guide to it and it'll give you some ideas, and post it for 5 weeks straight. And then start going in and measuring those goals to see how they did. This stuff is free. Obviously, if you're posting ads and paying for them, we all know that that is a cost. but they should be on your page as a post so that people who are visiting your business page see that and can download that and get it just as much as anyone else who saw the ad. But what I'm saying is how wonderful that we have this amazing tool to use social media to put our businesses out there, and we don't have to spend $1,000 a month on it. It's awesome. And the other thing is there's a couple of different statistics out there, but between the age of 35 and 65, do you know where the top reach is right now? Besides Facebook? For that age bracket who's looking for information on social media? What app are they using? I just heard this today. That's why I'm sharing it.
Was it YouTube?
Instagram.
Nope.
So now I'm working.
TikTok.
Oh, jeez.
And they're getting home.
TikTok. From the age of 35 to 65. And who is that? Who's that client for us? Who is that? Who would that be considered?
The child of our
The adult child.
The adult child. That blew me away. I barely post on TikTok, and I get about 5 leads a year from TikTok. And I'm like, oh, man, I should post more on TikTok. Your clients are there. We just haven't tapped into it. What a blessing. What a blessing to get this information and know where we now have to start putting content out. Pretty cool, right?
I
Who's gonna
have
open up a TikTok account?
I don't post on it.
I know. I post on it like barely. And I make maybe once every other month. Now I'm like, I gotta post on it at least once a week. Pretty cool, right? Who knew? So things change. In 2010s, Facebook was all about the college kid and the postgraduate. Fast forward to now, Facebook is all about the older adult right now. And the college kids are all on Instagram. So see how things like change right now? All changes around. All right, my friends. Well, we went over by 3 minutes, not too bad today. If you found any of this helpful, please, as always, post it on our page so that people can know to watch the replay. We'll be posting that replay shortly. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Frankie. Yeah, you can give me a call tomorrow.
That for a minute.
I will be, so everybody knows, at noon on, I'll be setting up for my event, but in the morning, I will have all the time from 9 to noon Eastern time available if you need to chat. I'll just be in I'll be at the church setting up, and I may not hear you. That's why I may not hear the phone call.
Maybe just send you a text. I just have a couple quick questions.
Yeah, just send me a quick text. If you ever don't want to just call me, just text me, and I have this thing where I don't like to have any red things on my phone, like notifications.
When you got community around,
I have this OCD that they all have to be cleared. So yeah, just send me a text and I'm happy to help you. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you.
Any production?